Redditors meltdown after problematic VTuber gets on billboard. Wait, Kirsche was put on a billboard again? My ref says desu. Okay, we'll look at this. I'm intrigued. The Kirsche. She is... I have her Oshi marks on Twitter, by the way. And I get blocked for it. Anyways, also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing and turning on the notification bell. Because, remember, YouTube changed the rules.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we're going to be once again talking about the very problematic VTuber Kirsche. Now she's upset a lot of Redditors and Twitter freaks with a development regarding her fan base and just her content generally. So you might remember Kirsche, she's someone we talked about a couple times over the past couple of months. She had basically a whole life ruination campaign launched.
And they failed! They failed so gloriously that this woman is making more bang than she ever did. These losers failed. It is so good. It is so good to see these idiots fail.
Against her by people who are basically trying to deplatform her, take away her sponsors. And one of the big pieces of this was 3 articles made by Vice that were straight up hit pieces, and eventually through some pressure she was able to win that sort of battle and get the articles taken down. Now what's going on this time? Well, a fan purchased a billboard.
That is so cool. Guys, you need to do this for me eventually. That is so cool. That is really cool. Okay, Kirsche Verstahl, VTuber, Whiplash streamer, News, Yappen, Gaming, Foxy Fun. Great.
Slot for her to promote her content, which we've seen people like Pippa have this done from her own community before. I believe that was in Tennessee a couple years ago. But yeah, this is very funny to see. Imagine pulling down the Massachusetts freeway or wherever this is in Massachusetts and seeing Kirsche on a big billboard. Now, of course, you know what's going to happen here. People are very, very upset. This was a birthday gift to her from her community, and now people are making the pilgrimage, including some angry Redditors. So as you can see, oh, by the way, Reddit is seething about this, because of course...
The fabled billboard. Yeah, you should do that next. Yeah, I could do that next. That is cool. Yeah, that Redditors seethe is not surprising, I'll be real. They seethe about anything.
Of course they are. So let's read some of the comments from these humble Redditors, okay? First one saying, I did a quick search. It seems like they live in Massachusetts. They're also a huge bigot. Yeah, being called a bigot by Redditors, I mean, that pretty much means...
Being called a bigot by anyone does not matter. It does not matter. It just doesn't. This word has no means. You could literally... You know how to counter everyone who says any buzzword? You know how to counter that? I guess so. You're a bigot. I guess so. You're homophobic. I guess so. Like, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do now, huh? What if I am? What are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do? Block me? You would do that anyways. Cry about it? You would do that anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. All these, you can counter all of them by saying, I guess so. So what? What if I am? What then, huh? These things don't matter.
Absolutely nothing. This person says, what's next? A Proud Boys billboard? Seems like a bit of a jump. And then this person, just doing what the...
How do you come to... What the fuck? I can tell by the anime... Okay, the moment you have an anime avatar... You're already in racist territory. German name? Even worse. Wait, by that... I'm already a racist. By that point. And gaming. Is that like the 3 infinity stones of like, you're definitely a racist?
Anti-racists always do. I can tell by the anime avatar, German name, and gaming that they're racist. Yep, once again, the anti-racist strike with some of the most racist stuff you'll ever see. This is in their attempt to battle a supposed bigot, and they're saying based on your German name and anime avatar and that you're a gay.
I mean, this technically, you could say, If the German name makes you racist, you could already say Europe essentially said all Germans are racist. In this case, my friend, I have news for you. You're racist.
Gamer, well, that makes a lot of sense. You must be racist. This person says, get the F out of here with the gaming dig. This person says, video games are my main hobby. I know from regular personal experience how racist the average hard R gamer can be.
The average gamer can't even be racist, because if you were, you would get banned. Because most gaming, most games, most servers, most anything would nuke you. What the fuck you mean?
Seems like you have a lot of experience with that sort of stuff for a guy who's so against racism. Also, when did Kirsche say any of this? You're just making things up for no reason. And then this person says, in response to people basically saying don't generalize, they say, relax, it's the same when someone calls men crappy or white people are racist. If you're not those things, being called them as a generalization shouldn't bother you. Days later...
You know why that's a problem? You know why that's a problem? When the generalizations hit groups that you support. All black people commit crime. That is a generalized statement. Statistically, somewhat accurate. Not all of it, obviously. But it's... But if I say that, should black people not be offended if I generalize them? Muslim people. People out there saying all Muslims are terrorists. You shouldn't be mad about that, right? It's just a generalization. If you're not one of those things, it doesn't matter, right? It shouldn't bother you. We don't make generalizations for a reason. Because somebody's individual fault cannot be put on a group. If somebody says the hard R, it's just that somebody said that hard R, not the entire group. I know this hurts, but that's the truth. You cannot generalize, because generalizations are wrong. It's about the individual faults of individuals.
And people still sea lying and tripping over themselves to gotcha me. Y'all keep outing yourselves. It's going great. Yeah, you seem like you're doing really well. Sitting here in a Reddit thread about a random person you could just ignore if you want.
With a single upvote.
Wanted to. And saying generalizations, including negative ones, it's fine, right? If you're just not the thing they're saying, they're generalizing about you as...
Yeah, but it's only about groups that they like. This, of course, is not... This, of course, does not mean groups they like. It's just that we're fine with groups they don't like. That's the hypocrisy.
A certain class that you are, it shouldn't bother you at all. Imagine using these sorts of negative generalizations on other races or genders, and people like this would lose their mind. But of course, they're going after men and white people. That's the safe edgy, that is Reddit approved, and nobody has a problem with it. It's very pathetic, very hypocritical, and I'm sure if there was a generalization made about them that was negative, they wouldn't like it. And of course, you keep going, and mushy, take meds, yes. People saying they seem awful. Then we see the real campaign here. People trying to get this billboard taken down. Again, espouting some of the most ridiculous things that are not things that Kirsche even...
It's just funny. But our primitive mind work in generalized things. We don't nearly develop enough in each case. That's why you use mostly cautious language, so you don't generalize. The problem is that the average person does not know how to use cautious language. Like I said, collective fault is a problem, because if you do collective fault, you get 1943. You don't want 1943. I don't think most people want a state of the world in the state of 1943. I don't think so. It's just that the average person is not educated enough to use cautious language.
And said, they're miscategorizations of things she said, and also just made up. Like, oh, if you want to stop being called a bigot, then stop referring to yourself as a Ku Klux Kirsche. Well, That's what the psychos on places like Twitter and Reddit call her. Like, I think you need to ask those people to stop doing that. That's why it was a thing in the first place, because they're so deluded in what in their minds fits as a bigot or a KKK member. It's ridiculous. But they're literally getting together these forms that they want you to fill out. They want to actually get this taken down.
A form to get it taken down, it's not now teaching? Obviously it's not. But I think the average person gets taught not to make generalizations. I think. I hope so. At least we here in Germany, we're taught not to make generalizations. I don't know where it is everywhere else. I mean, this is probably the States, so I'm not surprised. But still, it's just, I don't know. I just think we should not put somebody's individual faults on a collective. That's just retarded. We get terrible things out of that when that happens.
It bothers them so much. These people are trying to work with the city council to get it taken down. Imagine, just imagine being this soft over a billboard because you saw the boogeyman you've been crying about on social media the last couple of years. But here's some more. This person saying, I have seen this person online. She actually said she would report me and my wife's boyfriend to ICE and get us deported. I couldn't believe somebody could be that bigoted in the present day.
That is a straight... There's no way. There's no way you actually interacted with her. And probably the context was... Remember, being deported when you're illegally in a country, that's on you. That's fully on you. Wait, this is bait. This gotta be bait. I'm retarded. This is bait. She actually said she would report me and my wife's boyfriend. I think this is bait. Hold up, this is bait. I just realized. That can't be real. That's bait, me when I lie, legit. This is bait. This can't be real. This can't be real.
This is Reddit, okay? Normally I'd say this is a joke.
I'm saying this is a joke. This is a joke. This gotta be a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. 100%. Nobody would openly make that joke. Because many people make that joke about like Democrats, like leftist men and their wife's boyfriend. That's bait. I refuse to believe that that person means it.
I believe it. I believe they think this happened, or they conjured this fantasy into their head. But anyways, here's some more. We're a top 1% commenter. Wow. What a way to spend your life. We could call the billboard company and complain. Should ban billboards like in Vermont. And then another person down here, once again, trying to promote people to get it taken down. Right? This is the best thing they can do. This is their World War III, trying to get this billboard taken down. This is the most important moment of their
is this billboard like Reddit's 9/11? Also, I wonder what that comment said. Probably criticism.
Lives. And there's some more here saying that's disgusting. Can we exile them from Massachusetts? Let's get that taken down. Like 99% of VTubers are chill, normal people, but of course, the racist bigots.
I'm a chill, normal person. I'm a chill, normal person. I'm a completely chill, normal person. I would argue.
Seems a little redundant. One puts up a billboard, no per community bought it. I'll stick to these chill VTubers, thanks. That's the closest thing to someone actually making a good use of their time. If you don't like these problematic VTubers like Kirsche, do something else. Go watch someone else instead of seething on Reddit all day and night. And down here people say, we should be like Vermont and ban these distracting eyesores. Dunkin' Donuts, dispensaries, casinos, and scum sucker lawyers can figure out another way to let people know they exist. Interesting stuff. Now, the seething would also bleed over into Twitter as well, because...
Not this retard again. No, I see this retard so much. I see this retard so much. It's crazy. I've seen him talk to Celeste, or quote tweeting Celeste. I've seen this retard, I think, quoting Lark. I could be wrong. Well, maybe Straub as well, Ref. I've seen him. He's a retard.
Of course it would. This is a great post saying, pros, it's only up for 30 days. It's in a blue state, so more than likely someone will demand it be taken down. Barely anyone will care or know who Kirsche is. Interesting, it seems like people really care. They're quite upset, in fact, at least on Reddit. And then they say the cons. They forgot to add the fact she's a white supremacist Nazi who blackmails journalists' places of employment.
That's not what happened, though. Which we know, because you are disingenuous fucks. That's not what happened, though. They're trying to ruin her life with, lies. False information. Lies such as she supported that white lady calling that kid the N-word when she said the kid should have not been stealing and the woman should have not said the N-word. And they put the exact same clip into the article, disproving the entire article. Also funny, you're defending journalists. You're defending journalists who want all women raped. Correction, all biological women raped. Play a game, play Fall Guys with a vibrator or something like that, right? And every time they bump into somebody, it vibrates. As a vor and fart fetish, are you sure you're the good guy? Are you sure? You're accusing someone Nazi and are asking to get gas by action. That would never happen. They don't deserve this. But they're so desperately looking and trying to search for racists and Nazis, so they have to make any up they can find.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you write a hit piece on, or a series of hit pieces on someone, and they say, well, I'm going to request a redaction or I'm going to take legal action. That's what she did, and Vice folded instantly. Now,
also, blackmail nowadays is, I'm going to sue you. That's blackmailing nowadays. Oh, you caught me a, what, PDF? I don't know. And now I'm going to sue you? How dare you blackmail me? With no proof, by the way. No proof. It's retarded.
Thank you for bringing up that entire scenario, because it's a nice little lead into the next part of this video. Two of the articles were made by...
Oh no. Oh no. It's Anna Valens. No! It's Anna Valens. Help. Help. Ugh, terrible. Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? What are we doing? Why are we... Just why? Just why? Why do I need to see this creature? This man.
By Anna Valens. Also, the third one was basically defending Anna as they were getting criticism for these hit piece articles. And it seems like they're having a bit of a time with this, saying, okay, I need to know. Who bought the billboard? Why do you want to know that? I don't really know what the intentions here are. It doesn't seem very good. And if you look at the comment section, look.
Also, guys, we cannot get this creature. We cannot get this creature out of VTubing. You know why? They might run around and do something bad with women. What's funny is these people are doing what Nazi been doing by hunting opposing views. Anna Valens is jealous. Oh, Anna Valens is definitely jelly.
Looks like the rural Midwest, so it checks out. her views are seen as acceptable there. Probably Anna V. Like all religious billboards, it was through collective donations from her cult members. Wow.
I didn't donate, but I'm definitely part of a cult.
Now, this should have been on Reddit, okay? That post just screams Reddit on so many levels. That would have gotten so many updates in that Reddit thread. Man, what a missed opportunity. This one says, what are the going rates for a non-premium billboard? Surely this isn't her spending her own money, right? No, because she has a community that supports her, so they do stuff like this for her as a reward, because she is well liked. I'm also happy to say, just looking at this random grouping of...
Wait, isn't Anna Valen, didn't it come anti-censorship all of a sudden because of collective shout? I guess that is only quality, I guess.
Of Twitter users, I'm blocked by every single one, including Anna, which is just...
That's wild. Imagine being this blocked. To be fair, I'm also blocked by Anna Valens. I tried getting blocked by Niara. It hasn't happened yet.
Badges of honor at this point. You know you're doing something right when all these deranged people are upset with you to the point they gotta hide away from you. But of course, there's another situation involving Vice. Some big news over here. Anna saying, Vice's own Savage Ventures has requested the removal of my collective shout articles. This is due to concerns about the controversial subject matter, not journalistic complaints. Effective immediately. I will no longer contribute to Waypoints. If this upsets you, I recommend contacting Savage Ventures directly with your complaints. Doesn't this kind of feel like a full circle type?
You are fired. You're fired.
Moment here where now all of a sudden they're the victim who's getting treated so unfairly. Like, maybe you shouldn't have made so many hit pieces about VTubers. That's kind of what happened here, and I don't think anyone really feels sorry for this individual, but yeah, you shouldn't be surprised though. It's Vice. They've completely fallen off. They have no journalistic integrity. You knew what you were getting into when you started working with this company, but yeah, that's pretty much the situation for today. A very funny moment. At the end of the day, these people are going to screech and cry no matter what happens with Kirsche or any of the other so-called problematic VTubers who dare to have wrongthink, who dare to have any sort of a viewpoint that upsets these very fragile individuals. And it's going to continue to happen over and over again. And all it does, at the end of the day, just like with the hit pieces and the Life Ruination campaign, it just builds stronger and more unified support among the fan base that already exists, and it brings a lot of people to their attention, to their streams, to their content, their accounts, what have you, because a lot of people will say, what's the big deal? And they'll check this out and enjoy someone's content like this. And honestly, the people who are upset and seethe and slander and do all these things, they were never going to be fans in the first place. So it's like, you're not even wasting it. There's no reason to waste your time on those people.
That's why I'm not trying to be like, to cater to people that don't like me anyways. Why should I cater to people that don't like me anyways? What's the point of that? It's just a waste time and energy.
People anyways. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you...
My opinion is very simple. These people are retarded. Absolutely, 100%. There's no way. Again, they still believe dumb shit. They still believe absolutely dumb shit and lies about her. And they refuse to change. Because, you know, looking into things actually would make them explode.